everybody. So we're going to talk today about, I love this expression, the metaphoric blind spot.
Oh, metaphoric blind spot.
No, I love those metaphors. But what it's really about is what you call, and researchers call, the unconscious bias.
Right, those things that we bring to the table that maybe we're not even aware of, when we bring into relationships, stereotypes and things that might play into that, or just past experiences that we've had, part of our upbringing.
Yeah, you meet someone and you say, if you're being honest, in your mind, there's something that you think about that person based upon what they look like, the color of their skin, whether they're a man or a woman, what kind of education they have, how they're dressed, right? We do that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Right, and we do that in our romantic relationships too, and I think that to me was the best analogy. It made the most sense to me, how we just bring baggage in, right, from previous relationships that we've been in, and then we hold our current partner accountable for actions of our previous partner, which doesn't make any sense, but it's like it's ingrained in us.
Yeah, and so we started learning a little bit about this subject. Well, you knew more. I started learning because I'm always behind. But anyway, we started researching it a little bit, and we thought, let's try to do something that starts a conversation about this. And so we're doing a television show with a panel, a studio audience, where we're saying, this is the question: what do you see when you look at me? Meaning, when you look at me, when you meet me for the first time, and what are you thinking about? And challenge that. You might be wrong.
Right. Well, and also just building awareness around any bias that we might be bringing into a relationship. And how do we fix that? What do we do about it once we've become aware of it?
Yeah, and that's what the metaphoric blind spot, I read it in a book, that's what they were talking about, that, there's these things that we just don't even realize we're thinking. And so what we're saying is, let's talk about it, put it on the table, let's examine it, and then try to do something about it. And there's ways that we can challenge these biases, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And one of my favorite ways is giving people a generous assumption. I like to use that in my life, regardless of the situation. A lot of times it's if somebody's speeding by me on the highway or cuts me off, and I try to think to myself, okay, what's the most generous assumption I can give that person? And maybe it's that their loved one is in the hospital and they're rushing to get to them. I think we're all doing the best that we can in the given situation.
And the other one I liked was ask questions. If you're making an assumption, ask a question and see if it's really valid. You can ask questions to get the truth and get the real facts out of people. And we did do a podcast on this whole subject as well. So in preparation for the show, and the show's going to be available online at thewisdomcoalition.com. And so it's just something that we really hope people will start talking about.
Yeah, we want to start a dialogue. So if you have any thoughts, any experiences, anything that you've noticed coming up with an unconscious bias on your end, talk to us about it. We'd love to hear from you.
And the one thing that we're kind of tying into all of this is, this might be, you talk about romantic relationships, but it's also true with women, right? Don't we sometimes judge each other pretty harshly? And if we want to really talk about, which we do, this idea of women supporting other women, we also need to take a look at, what holds us back from doing that.
Well, and not only that, we judge ourselves harshly, right? And I think that's part of the reason why women judge each other so harshly, is because we're so hard on ourselves. And so, we really want to dig into that and look at how we can fix that.
Yeah, so we look forward to hopefully interacting with you a little bit and hearing some of your thoughts. So thanks for watching and being with us.
Bye-bye.